What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Thomas, and I am super excited to have another maze announcement to provide for all of you. Now, this is an update for both Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood and Orlando, because this particular maze announcement is actually two different maze announcements. It's the same property, but two different concepts. So both of these properties are, of course, based off of the Universal monsters. And how could it not be? Last year, it was the #1 maze in the ratings from guests that attended Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios Hollywood. It was a fantastic maze, and it only makes sense that it's coming back this year for both event locations. So what are we getting in Hollywood? So it's not going to be the exact same Universal Monsters maze. In fact, this is being called Frankenstein versus the Wolfman, which of course is named after the movie from 1943 in which Bela Lugosi played a muted Frankenstein and Lon Chaney Jr. played the Wolfman. So the storyline of this particular maze will be that you are in the footsteps of Frankenstein's monster, who is lured into a gypsy camp, hoping to find sanctuary from an angry mob. And when he gets there, of course, he meets the Wolfman. And then once he is confronted with the Wolfman, that's when guests go through the moors, and we also go through the ruins of Frankenstein's castle based off of the ruins from last year's maze when, of course, Frankenstein's monster pulled the lever saying, "We belong dead," and destroyed the castle. Now, what I'm really excited about this sequel to last year's maze is the fact that we will have Slash returning to do the music score for this maze. I truly believe that last year's maze was so successful because of Slash's music, that it was all original, it was based off of each of the Universal monsters, and it really sold the idea that this was the maze to top all mazes at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now that's about as much as we know for Universal Studios Hollywood, so now let's talk about Universal Orlando. Universal Orlando Resort is going to have a different version of the maze that we had at Hollywood last year. Yes, it will be bringing back the characters of Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Wolfman, the Mummy, but there will also be the addition of different characters that we haven't seen. Notably, Universal Orlando Resort will have the creature from the Black Lagoon. For those of you who are longtime viewers, you know that when I interviewed John Murdy, that was one of the questions was, would we ever see the creature from the Black Lagoon in one of these mazes? And now we will. Not in Hollywood, but we will at Universal Orlando.
We had designed a scene for this particular character, and then I remember I was working in Ireland, and I got an email from Chris, and he's like, "It's not working. We can't fit it." And I was just like, "Oh no, we're gonna have to take this scene and totally change it." And then we started thinking, well, you know, there is a future, hopefully, you know, down the road. You know, hopefully, you know, this is the test. If this thing is successful, then maybe there is a route to seeing that we designed the character. We already have the design. So we know exactly what he's supposed to look like and everything.
Of course, we can even see the Gill Man on the promotional art right here as I'm putting on the screen. Right there, you see him? He's just a silhouette, but right next to him is, of course, the Phantom of the Opera, Bride of Frankenstein, and of course, the Mummy. All these concept art seem very reminiscent of the ones that we had last year, which makes me believe that it will be similar looking monsters that come to the event in Orlando. And that about wraps up for this announcement. Universal Monsters is coming back with a brand new score from Slash at Hollywood, and it will be making its terrifying debut at Universal Orlando. Remember that the events are actually starting on 2 separate Fridays, Orlando having their event start September 6th, and Hollywood having their event start September 13th. I'm excited for both. This might actually be the maze that gets me to go out to Orlando just because I want to see the creature from the Black Lagoon. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are about this property taking over both coasts. I would love to know your thoughts. And of course, my name is Thomas. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into announcements for horror events and also other media events. And I will see you all in the next video.